Welcome to Hammerhead Hobbies. In this episode, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing this P-38 Lightning by Revell. Alright, welcome back. What we have here is a P-38 Lightning by Revell. It is in 1:72 scale. The model number is H220, and this particular model was made in 1976. Let's start off with the instructions. So they give you a nice pamphlet here with a brief description. They do have the different versions here for the paint and decal guys. So this is the P38M version. Flipping it over, we have the P38J version. They do have the FS colors associated with the color. So it says flat yellow, and this is the FS color for it. And that's the federal standard colors. Then we move over, and they give you a good interior description with the colors. Okay, for both versions, the M and the J. Go over again. You know, they do give you descriptions also with a diagram and the colors right on there. So this is the machine gun assembly, engine assembly, the boom engine assembly, and the wing assembly here. Looks like this one is the landing gear assembly. And you can have gear up or gear down. Okay, propellers and the access panel assembly. So some of this looks like some of the engines is going to be visible, and some of the machine guns can be visible if you wanted to have that. Okay, and this gives you the final assembly of the canopy and the men if you had it, and again it gives you great description and good coloring here. Looking at the back, looks like the armament assembly and the fuel tank. Okay, and a good description again of what the bombs are, how to install it. So beautiful instructions for a 1976 model. Moving on to the decals. You can see they have started silvering a bit. So you just got to be careful. The color is still good. I mean, the back black is getting a little faded, but not too bad. They're starting to yellow and discolor a bit. I'm not sure if you can pick that up on camera. Sometimes you can, can't. But what I would do is probably leave this out in the sun for a few days to see if I can brighten these up. And then I already see a bit of this insignia is gone already. So just be very careful of these. Test them out. If they will disintegrate, then you'll have to order another set. It doesn't come with any of the stripes in the J version, so you'll have to paint those. So this is the upper main wing. Okay, some good detail on that. Some basic details, good engine detail on there. You know, the booms have good shape. They're nice and, you know, sharp and crisp. Okay, same with this boom here. Looking at the wheels. Okay, the wheels have a, you know, basic hub pattern. It does looks like it has a bit of a tread pattern, but that tread pattern doesn't go throughout the whole wheel. It just kind of stays near the front. Same with the front wheel. Okay, but you know, again, you are getting a tread pattern there. Looking at the pilots, they are, you know, there's some detail in there, but it's not a sharp detail. It's kind of like a mushy detail on it. They do look a little thin for pilots. If you want to use them, they are there, which is good. These are the armament and the rockets. They are smooth. The fins are, you know, they're fairly thin, which is not bad. Pilot seat is over here. It's got a good shape to it. You know, just a basic thing. Basic shape. There's no detail in it, no cushions or anything. This piece here has good detail on it. That's the piece that goes behind the pilot seat. So that's nice there. We got the engines, and they do, you know, they give you like a good detail. Looks like a flywheel or something there. Basic shapes. I think there's some more stuff you put on there that will give it more detail. Looking at the landing gear struts. Okay, they have good detail on them, and they are very sharp and crisp, which I like. Okay, and they're not too thin or too thick, so that's perfect there. The front nose piece where the machine guns poke through, looks like the engine cowling, and they do give you some good detail on that, some rivets on there and panel lines. The bottom of the wings, basic detail on those too. So not too bad for this 1976 model. This is pretty good. Okay, moving over to the next sprue piece here. Again, it has the other boom. That's what gives it the twin boom design, as they call it. This is a fuel tank, perfectly smooth, no detail on that. The propellers are nice and thin, good shape to them. You know, very little sanding required of them. A little bit of flash over there, but very nice design. Just be careful with them because the thinner they are, the more delicate they become. We have bombs here. Again, no detail on the bombs. The front actuator pin is, a little mushy, not too bad. But the one thing I like about it is the fins are nice and thin. Machine guns are nice. They have a pattern on them for like heat shields and stuff like that, which is nice. They do give you a little bit of detail here with an ammo belt and some ammo. Again, this is visible. Some of the panels are detachable, and if you want to have this visible, you can. Same with the engine. These, I think, are the things that go on the engine, exhaust pipes or whatever they are. Not sure. This is the rocket holder, the tree that holds the rockets. Moving it over. This is the cockpit area here. So, it's got a bit of detail. The seat would go in there or in here somewhere. So a bit of detail there. These two things are the wheel wells. So this goes into that gap. Now there is some like circles in there. I'm not sure what kind of detail that is, but there is a little bit of detail. And even in here, which I think is the engine cowling, the other side of it, there's a little bit of detail in there. So if you decide to leave it open, there is something you'll see in there. Lastly, the canopies. So they give you the two different versions. You got your J and your M version. They look pretty clear. I'm going to get the decal sheet as I usually do. But they're pretty wavy. They look clear and nice, but as soon as I hold it up to this decal sheet here, you can see how wavy, especially the M bubble in the back. It's very wavy. But there's no yellowing to it. That's what it is. They give you a separate piece, which the top lifts open so you can see better inside, which is kind of a bonus, because if that was all closed, you wouldn't be able to see too much in the interior. So that is the P-38 Lightning by Revell. Again, this model is from 1976, so it does have some good features for this age of a model. Now, if you stick around, I'll give you my pros and cons list and a quick summary about what I think of this model. Alright, now for the pros and cons. Pros. There are great instructions with pictures and descriptions. The sprues are clean with very little flash. There's removable engine and gun panels. And there's good interior and exterior detail all around. Cons. Decals are yellowed and may fall apart during installation. And the canopies are very wavy. Overall, this is a very nice kit and great for intermediate to advanced builders. But the decals may need to be replaced as they are already coming apart. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope you enjoyed the build.